Hey, what is up guys, Seth here, checking in with a discussion about plants, sharks and fish in general really, the types of monsters and why they're not receiving support when Konami desperately needs to give more variations to the possible meta. It really is a case of, at the moment, it being all about dragons and spellcasters and kind of warriors at a point, to a degree. Now, the reason that I could see that Konami would be reluctant to give shark support is simply because there is so much water support at the moment. There's so many water decks. You know, you've got all of these things available to them. That and the level 7 fish type monster that just abuses level 4 special summoning as many from the deck as possible at one discard. Now, how hard is it to ban that card and then just bring out a very good archetype for fish? Like, fish are the Beast Warriors. It used to be Beast Warriors that were the least supported archetype right up until the XYZ period. Now they're very well supported, more so than quite a few decks including fish. Why would you release XYZ Remora when there are no targets except for Mermails? Mermails are really the only deck that are able to get out an XYZ Remora play. Now, XYZ Remora is, a very, very good card, a solid card. You detach 2 XYZ materials from a XYZ monster, special summon 2 level 4 fish types, and then you can overlay it into only a water type XYZ monster that turn. Now, that's fantastic. That's a really great effect, and it really pushes for really good games. But at the moment, the only decks that can really use that is Mermails, and if you really wanted to, fish control, which is like rabbit into fish type monsters, swap, creature swaps and things like that with Acid Golem and Behemoth Shark and things like that. That's the only really decks that can use this. Now, that just isn't good enough. It's not good enough to have that. That on top of the fact that, there's plenty of water support, but there is no fish support. The only thing you've really got is the banished fish type monsters. That really is all there is. Unless you want to go into like Nimbles or things like that. That really isn't the way to go, though, I think, with this deck. It really needs something else. It needs... What I pictured is XL to be more like is to have Yuma has a lot of cards that just synergize kind of well with many other decks, like Gagaga Magician and Gagaga Girl. But really, the things like Kaito's deck is just so fucking fantastic. The Fawn cards are really good, and it's probably the best archetype to come out in this XL period, or at least a character deck. It's balanced. It has 8s, 5s, 4s. It has everything. And that's what's so fantastic about it. It has variation and adaptability. Now, if it wasn't so slow, it would be a fantastic deck. It would be top of the meta. It really would be. It would be just great. But right now we're talking about Shark, and Shark's deck, when you consider that Yuma and Kaio's deck is so good, well, at least they're supported and they're able to be played, and then you look at Shark's deck and you go Panther Shark, Eagle Shark, or whatever they're called, and you look at them and you go, why would I tribute monsters when I could use Instant Fusion? I could use Instant Fusion, bring out Star Drawn, and then make 2 5s that way instead of using the Panther and Eagle Shark. It makes no sense. Why would I bother? Why would I even bother? Shark stickers, crap card. It's a 1-for-1. There is no draw power in the deck. There's no synergy. There's no destruction effects. There's no ability to XYZ beyond anything that they are, really. Mostly focuses on rank 3 XYZs. Rank 4 XYZs are available to the deck, but it's not anything special. It's Chaos Shark, Shark Drake. That's really all you've got, and I'm hoping to God that basically in the next set, after Shadow Spectres, we're going to see some fish support. But that's all dependent on the anime at the moment. The anime is at that point where Shark could have a really good card at the moment, but that's all decks. That's all Shark's deck really is good cards. They're singular boss monsters, but it doesn't have any archetype to back it up, and it needs that. And I don't see why they haven't done it yet. But moving on, we'll go on to plants. Plants, oh my god, plants, could you be any more shit at the moment? Could you have any less support? Plants are worse than Naturia at the moment. If you really think about it, Naturia has more of an archetype than plants are. Now that's saying something. The deck is so bad it requires Lone Fire Blossom. It needs that Lone Fire Blossom just to get off, just to get all these plays off. The new cards that were released, the level 8s, the rank 8, that rank 8 is so bollocks. I thought that, why would I take a possible one-turn kill with 3 level 8s that could equal 6,000 or upwards attack? Why would I take all of those 3 monsters and then overlay them into a rank 8 that has nothing? That card, I was so looking forward to that card, and it turned out to be absolute pish. Like, I'm not even kidding. That card is just the worst. You know, you've got Destiny Leos. Destiny Leo is 3 level 8s. You know, 3 level 8 monsters overlay, and bam, there you go. You've got a Destiny Leo that could, you know, basically create an alternate win condition for you. At least it's available to do that. If you take 3 level 8s and overlay it into a Neo Galaxy Eyes, you possibly have a one-turn kill if your opponent has XYZ monsters. That's the reality of the subject. But this card, this Queen's Knight, the whatever she's called, the Night Queen or whatever it is, terrible. What am I going to do with this thing? Increase my attack by 300? Is that it? Really? For a level 8? I'm going to increase my attack by 300, or I'm going to target one of your set spells or traps, and then I'm going to end up locking it down so you can't activate it. And if you really realise the worst thing about that card is, that effect has a semicolon in it, so when you target that set card, he can activate it in response. That is the worst effect ever. That card will be so unused. It's just a disgrace to plants and what they were. Like Glow Up Bulb, I realised the Glow Up Bulb might have been broken back in the day. Might have made Quasar so easy to make, or easier to make. It wasn't easy to make, it was easier to make with a Glow Up Bulb. But at the same time, what is so broken about giving us good plant support? Nobody's going to overlay into this rank 8. No one's going to overlay into it. No one will go near it. It's just that kind of crap. I don't see why it was released, except the card art is kind of good. Card art is nice. That's it. It's a nice looking card. Whoop-de-doo. Now, the rank 3 as well. There is a rank 3 that requires 2 level 3 Earth monsters, Earth type monsters. Now this card is a lot better than Queen of the Night. It's far better. But it's still crap because it requires 2 level 3 Earth type monsters, and plants don't specialise in Earth type monsters. They don't. Not a good plant deck. A plant deck does not specialise in that. It doesn't go near Earth types that much. Like, it doesn't get 2 of them to the field at level 3. You search it, you look it up, and you give me a combo with 2 level 3s that can consistently come out. It just doesn't happen. Not Earth types, not Earth attributes. It just doesn't happen. But its effects are pretty good. It sends a plant type from the deck to the grave, and it can also end up special summoning a plant from your graveyard in face up defense position. It's basically a Giga Plant, but even Giga Plant is so much better than this card. This card, with Giga Plant, you could equip it with Supervise. Supervise will give it its effect so it can special summon cards back, and then when Supervise gets destroyed and goes to the grave, you can bring back that Giga Plant, and it can be normal summon next turn again with the Gemini summon, and it can get its effect again. And it's so much better than this rank 3. And the rank 3 has 1700 attack and 900 defense. How hard is it to get a card that is over 1700 attack? I could get a Fire Fist monster and Tenki to the field and match that. That is how bad this card is. What's Konami doing with this plant support? Like, really? They have really good boss monsters available to them. The Fallen Angel of Roses, that is a fantastic card. That card could be so good, it's like a plasma. It really is kind of like a plasma, but it has an easier, like it kind of has an easier summoning condition. I would consider it a bit easier than a plasma. Maybe not in this format because of E-Dragons, but it is so much better. It is really good, and it could be used to make plants something really special, but they're not. They don't have archetype support. They don't have anything going for them. How can you really go from what they were last year to what they are now? Like, they're just nothing. They're less than nothing, really. But guys, that's all I can really say about plant support at the moment. It's shocking. It really is. It's terrible. And fish support, shark deck. If it's on the horizon, thank God. Give us something. But I don't know. I don't know what will happen. So, comment, like, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your opinions, guys. Really, I'd love to hear your opinions on fish support and basically plant support, and where the game could go. And if you like this video, smash that like button. Let everyone know in the community that you guys want plant and fish support, real fish support and real plant support. And subscribe as always helps out. And I'll catch you guys later.